Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when you must choose whether you will be controlled by your emotions or take control over them. Weakness, doubt, fear, laziness, and excuses, these are the enemies of success. They whisper lies, telling you to quit, to take the easy path, to stay comfortable. But let me tell you something. Your emotions do not care about your future. Your emotions do not care about your dream. And if you let them lead, they will lead you straight to regret. Think about it. How many times have you woken up and thought, I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel like studying today. I don't feel like pushing myself. But what happens when you push through? When you show up anyway? You win, you grow, you become stronger. Muhammad Ali once said, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That is the mindset you need. Weak feelings are temporary, but the consequences of giving into them can last forever. Your emotions will deceive you every single day. They will tell you that you're too tired when you still have more to give. They will convince you that you're not good enough when you are just inches away from success. They will try to lull you into complacency, telling you to sit back and watch as life passes you by. But let me tell you, greatness is never found in comfort. It is forged in struggle, in discipline, in the relentless pursuit of something greater. When your mind tells you to stop, push a little further. When your body screams for rest, remind yourself why you started. Because every time you push past those deceptive emotions, you build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Success isn't built on motivation alone. Motivation comes and goes. Success is built on habits, on showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Life will test you. It will put obstacles in your way, distractions at your doorstep, and doubt in your mind. But how you respond to these challenges will determine your destiny. Will you fold under pressure, or will you stand strong with determination? Will you let fleeting emotions control your path, or will you take charge of your own fate? The journey will not be easy. There will be days when you question everything, when you wonder if the struggle is even worth it. But remember this, the pain of discipline is temporary, while the pain of regret can last a lifetime. Choose discipline. Choose perseverance. Choose to believe in yourself even when everything else feels uncertain. The greatest among us did not get there by luck. They fought, they sacrificed, they endured, they silenced the voice of doubt, pushed through discomfort, and acted with courage, even in fear. And you have that same strength within you. You have the power to rise, to grow, and to achieve beyond what you ever thought possible. So the next time your emotions try to convince you to quit, to take the easy road, stop and think. Ask yourself, will I let these passing feelings dictate my life, or will I take control? Will I settle for mediocrity, or will I chase greatness with everything I have? Show up. Push through, embrace the struggle, because on the other side of discomfort lies growth, victory, and the life you were meant to live. You want to know the truth about winning? It's not about how you feel, it's about what you do when you don't feel like doing it. When that voice inside your head whispers that you're tired, that you should take it easy, that it's too difficult, discipline is what you rely on. Winners do not act based on emotions, because emotions are inconsistent, unpredictable, and unreliable. One moment you feel unstoppable, and the next you feel discouraged. But you know what? Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when you'd rather sleep in. Discipline is what makes you do what must be done, even when every fiber of your being tells you otherwise. If you truly want to succeed, if you want to become the best version of yourself, discipline must be the foundation of everything you do. You don't need to be in the mood to win. Success isn't about waiting for the right moment or for everything to feel perfect. It's about doing the work no matter how you feel. And that's the hardest part, isn't it? The battle between what your emotions are telling you and what you know needs to be done. Think about those mornings when your alarm goes off and you feel like you just can't move, like every muscle in your body is screaming at you to stay in bed. That's the moment when most people give up. That's when they allow their emotions to take control. But that is the exact moment when discipline must take over. That's what separates the winners from everyone else. When you build discipline into your routine, when you make the choice to push forward, even when it's difficult, something powerful happens. You gain momentum, you see results. And soon, those weak emotions have no power over you, because now discipline is your shield. Look at someone like Kobe Bryant. He didn't become a legend by listening to his feelings. He became great because he made the choice to act, even when his body begged him to rest. He got up at 4 a.m. every single day while the rest of the world was still asleep. He trained harder, pushed further, and sacrificed comfort because he knew that greatness requires consistency, sacrifice, and the willingness to endure pain. Success isn't about talent alone. It's about the daily choices, the relentless effort, and the unwavering commitment to the goal. But here's the thing about discipline. It's not just about showing up once. It's about showing up every single day. Success is not a one-time event. It's not the result of doing the right thing once or twice. It is built through repetition, through daily effort, through relentless persistence. Imagine if Kobe Bryant only worked hard when he felt like it. Do you think he would have become one of the greatest of all time? Of course not. It was the daily grind, the small choices that compounded over time that led him to greatness. That is what discipline is all about. We all have those moments when we don't want to go to work, when we don't feel like putting in that extra effort at the gym, when we are tempted to take shortcuts. But ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who gives in to weakness? Someone who listens to that inner voice telling you it's okay to quit? Or do you want to be someone who does what is necessary even when it's tough? The kind of person who shows up when it's difficult, who puts in the work when no one is watching, who refuses to let emotions dictate their actions. I know it's hard. I know the easy way looks tempting, but the easy way does not lead to greatness. You cannot chase success only when you feel like it. You must commit. You must push through the hard days, the painful moments, the struggles. Because shortcuts do not lead to lasting success. The road to achievement is built with consistency, discipline, and resilience. Discipline is not easy. It is hard. It requires sacrifice. But the reward? When you choose discipline, when you commit to showing up every day, you build something far greater than success. You build character. You build resilience. You build an unshakable foundation that cannot be broken. Look at the people you admire, the ones who have accomplished great things. What do they all have in common? It's not luck. It's not talent alone. It's discipline. They did not wait for the perfect moment. They acted. They did what was necessary. And so, can you? The moment you decide to prioritize discipline over emotions, everything changes. That is when you unlock your true potential. That is when you stop being controlled by fleeting feelings and start taking control of your life. Success does not care how you feel. It only cares whether you do the work. If you want to win, if you want to achieve something great, step out of your emotions and step into your discipline. That is how you rise. That is how you win. I know it's difficult. I know those moments when fear rises up, when that voice inside your head tells you to stay where it's safe, where it's comfortable. It's so easy to listen to that voice. It's tempting. It promises peace. It promises relief from struggle. But let me tell you something. Comfort doesn't make you grow. Comfort doesn't push you towards greatness. Comfort doesn't make you strong. It makes you soft. It makes you weak. We live in a world that constantly tells you to take the easy route, to find shortcuts, to avoid hardship. But what happens when you choose that path? You shrink. You become weaker. You stop growing. Then you wonder why you're not getting the results you want. It's because you're feeding the wrong thing. You're feeding your fears. You're feeding your excuses. You're feeding your weakness. But here's the reality. You have the power to starve your weakness. Every time you say no to that extra hour of sleep, every time you push through fear, every time you refuse to give up when things get hard, you are starving that weakness. You are denying it the nourishment it needs to survive. And that's when you start feeding your strength. Strength doesn't come from waiting for things to be easy. Strength is forged in the fire of struggle. It comes in those moments when you don't feel like it, when quitting seems like the best option, but you choose to keep going. That's how you grow. That's how you feed your strength. Look at the greatest achievers in history. They weren't the ones who had it easy. They weren't the ones who avoided pain. No, the ones who reached the top were the ones who endured, the ones who fought through the pain, the ones who refused to let their emotions dictate their future. They got knocked down, but they got back up. They failed, but they tried again. They were told they couldn't, and they proved the world wrong. Take someone like Oprah Winfrey. She came from nothing, faced rejection after rejection, and battled through personal struggles that would have broken most people. But she didn't let that weakness define her. She kept moving forward. She fed her strength by showing up, by working hard when no one was watching, by refusing to quit when life got tough. That's how she became who she is today. And that's how you will become who you are meant to be, by starving your weakness and feeding your strength. Every time you take the easy way out, you are telling yourself that your dreams aren't worth fighting for. You are telling yourself that you aren't strong enough to endure the struggle. But let me tell you something important. You are stronger than you think. You have a power inside you waiting to be unleashed. But it's not going to happen by sitting back and waiting for life to be easy. It's going to happen when you push through fear, when you keep going while everyone else gives up, when you step up even when you don't feel like it. That's when you feed your strength. That's when you starve your weakness. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having everything figured out. It's about showing up and giving your best every single day. It's about refusing to be a victim of your circumstances. It's about making the decision that no matter what happens, you will keep moving forward. I've seen it time and time again. People who were counted out, who were told they didn't have what it takes. But they didn't listen. They didn't feed their weakness. They didn't let the world define them. They put in the work day after day, even when it was hard. And when the world told them to quit, they told themselves to keep going. That's how you feed your strength. Think about a bodybuilder. They don't get stronger by sitting on the couch. They don't get bigger by avoiding pain. No, they get stronger by pushing through discomfort. They lift heavier, work harder, and every time they do, they break down the muscles that were weak. And over time, those muscles grow back stronger, more powerful, more resilient. The same is true for your mind, your spirit, your character. Every time you face a challenge, every time you push through, you are strengthening your ability to handle the next challenge. You are building resilience. You are building confidence. You are building an unbreakable strength. But if you keep feeding your weakness, if you keep giving in to fear, excuses, and self-doubt, you are building a mindset that keeps you small. A mindset that says, I'm not enough. I can't do it. You are feeding the very thing that is keeping you from your full potential. And here's the hard truth. No one else is going to fix that for you. It's up to you. You have to make the decision to stop feeding your weakness and start feeding your strength. Look at anyone you admire. They didn't get where they are by waiting for success to come to them. They got there by taking responsibility for their growth. They refused to let their weakness hold them back. They took the pain, the setbacks, the failures, and they used them as fuel. They fed their strength and starved their weakness. And that's the choice you have to make every single day. Every moment of doubt, every moment of fear, every time you think about quitting, that's your chance to feed your strength. That's your moment to say, not today. I am stronger than this. I am better than this. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep feeding your weakness, or are you going to feed your strength? The choice is yours. Every time you show up, every time you push through, every time you refuse to quit, you are building the life you've always wanted. You are becoming the person you are meant to be. But it starts with a decision to starve your weakness and feed your strength. Do you know where your real battles are fought? They are fought in your mind. Every single day, there is a war happening inside you. It's the battle between discipline and emotion. It's the fight between strength and weakness, between success and failure. And let me tell you something. Every time you choose discipline, you win. Every time you silence self-doubt, you win. Every time you take action, even when you don't feel like it, you win. But those moments when you decide whether to push through or give in, those moments define your future. Victory doesn't happen at the finish line. It happens in those moments when your body is tired, your mind says stop, but you choose to push forward. That's when the real battle is won. The greatest struggle you will ever face isn't with the world around you, it's with the voices in your head. Weakness will always try to win. It shows up as self-doubt, fear, laziness, procrastination, and excuses. If you don't fight back, it will take over. It will keep you small. It will keep you stuck. But the good news, you have the power to take control. You have the power to change the way you think, the way you respond, the way you live. You are not at the mercy of your emotions. You don't have to be a victim of your feelings. You have the ability to choose discipline over emotion, strength over weakness, and success over failure. So when that voice in your head tells you to stop, don't listen. When your body says rest, say not today. Push harder, give more, keep going even when you feel like there's nothing left, because that's when you win. The life you want is not found in your comfort zone, is not found on the easy path, it's found on the other side of your weakness. The only way to reach it is to kill your excuses, face your fears, and refuse to let emotions hold you back. The choice is yours. Choose strength. You want to achieve your dreams, you want to build the life you've always imagined, then it's time to stop holding yourself back. It's time to stop letting your emotions dictate your actions. You must take charge of your mind. When your mind says you can't, you must tell yourself that you can. When your mind urges you to stop, you must push yourself to continue. When your emotions try to convince you to give up, you must say, not today, not ever. Now is the moment to decide, a decision that you will no longer allow your weaker emotions to control your life. A decision that no matter how you feel, you will show up and give it your all. Because you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your future, and you owe it to the world to become the best version of yourself. So step up and take what is rightfully yours, gain control of your thoughts, silence those weak emotions, and transform them into fuel for your success. The battle is yours to win. Pain is the way forward. Let me repeat that. Pain is the way forward. Weak emotions try to escape pain. They want to avoid it, hide from it, or find an easy way around it. But I'm telling you, that's exactly where true growth happens. Pain is the price of progress. If you want to grow, if you want to become stronger, if you want to improve, you must walk through the pain. Because pain, whether physical, emotional, or mental, tests who you really are. Think about it. Muscles don't grow when they stay comfortable. They grow when they are pushed beyond their limits, when they are torn and rebuilt. When you work out, you don't get stronger by lifting light weights. You get stronger by pushing yourself until you fail, by forcing your body to adapt. The same applies to your mind and character. They don't develop by staying in comfort. They grow when they are challenged, when they are pushed, when they are tested. But here's the truth. Pain will always try to make you quit. It will tell you that you've reached your breaking point. It will whisper that you've had enough. It will scream that this is too much to handle. And in that moment, Everything inside you will want to step away, to retreat, to comfort. But comfort doesn't help you grow. Comfort keeps you small. Comfort keeps you weak. If you're not willing to embrace discomfort, you'll never discover what you're truly capable of. So let me ask you, when was the last time you felt discomfort in the pursuit of your dreams? When was the last time you did something that scared you, that forced you beyond your perceived limits? If you can't remember, it's time to wake up. Success doesn't come from easy days. It doesn't come from sitting back. It's built in the moments when you felt like giving up but found the strength to keep going. Success is forged in the fire of struggle. Do you want to know the difference between winners and losers? Winners are the ones willing to endure pain to reach their goals. They're the ones who push through the struggle, embrace the discomfort, and continue moving forward when everyone else gives up. You can't build muscle by skipping difficult workouts. You can't build character by avoiding tough situations. You must put in the work. You must show up even when it hurts. You must keep pushing even when you don't feel like it. Think about the people you admire, those who have reached greatness, whether in sports, business, or any other field. Ask yourself, did they achieve their success by avoiding pain? Did they take the easy route? Absolutely not. They got to where they are because they embraced the struggle. They faced the challenges head on. They refused to let hard times stop them. Instead, they used the difficulties to become stronger. They understood that pain is not an obstacle, it is a stepping stone. When you chase your dreams, there is no way to bypass pain. No shortcut, no easy way out. But here's the key. You don't have to fear pain. You don't have to run from it. You must learn to embrace it, to push through it. Every time you face pain, every time you challenge yourself beyond your limits, you're building resilience. You're becoming the person you need to be to achieve your goals. I know it's tough. I know there are days when you feel like you can't take another step, when the journey ahead looks too long, too exhausting, too uncertain. But that is when you must dig deep. That is when you must look in the mirror and say, I will keep going. You are not defined by the easy moments. You are defined by how you show up on the difficult days. When you're exhausted, when it hurts, when you want to quit, that's when your true character is revealed. Think back to the last time you felt like giving up. Maybe it was a bad day at work. Maybe it was a difficult moment in your personal life. Maybe it was when you felt like your dream was slipping away. That moment, that struggle, that is when you are built. When you push past that pain, when you refuse to give in, that is when you become stronger. That is when you step into your full potential. Look at any champion. Anyone who has reached the highest level of success, they didn't get there by avoiding pain. They got there because they used pain as a tool. They knew that pain wasn't a roadblock, it was the way forward. And you must do the same. When you face pain, don't see it as a setback, see it as a test. See it as proof that you're on the right path. Because pain is not your enemy, it is the force that drives your growth. It is what pushes you beyond your limits. If you're not experiencing discomfort, if you're not being challenged, then maybe you're not pushing hard enough. Maybe you've settled. Maybe you've become too comfortable. And if that's the case, it's time to wake up. It's time to stop avoiding the struggle. It's time to stop looking for the easy way. Greatness doesn't exist in comfort. It exists in the pain, in the sacrifice, in the discipline. So, what will you do? Will you run from the pain, or will you use it as fuel? Will you let it defeat you, or will you let it strengthen you? The choice is yours. Every time you face pain, you must decide, will you quit, or will you persevere? Will you let pain break you, or will you let it shape you? Remember this, pain is the way forward. If you want to reach your dreams, you must walk through the fire. You must face the struggle, embrace the challenges, and keep going, because that is the only way to become the person you were meant to be. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice to make. This is not something you can postpone. This is not something you can put off until next week. Your decision today will change everything. It will change how you approach life. It will change how you handle obstacles. It will change how you move through this world. So listen to me. Eliminate weak emotions. Every time doubt sneaks in, stand tall. When fear knocks, face it head on. When comfort calls, ignore it. Stop letting emotions rule your life. Stop letting feelings hold you back. Emotions are unreliable. They fluctuate. One moment you feel unstoppable, the next you feel unmotivated. That's how emotions work. But that's not what makes you great. Your true power comes from your inner strength. Your spirit is not weak. Your spirit does not quit when it's tired. Your spirit was made for greatness. Choose discipline over doubt. Choose growth over comfort. Choose your destiny over your emotions. The choice is yours. And today, you decide.